least 20% sure this is working. It's a pretty good amount. We're waiting. Oh my gosh, that's me. That's me up there. Okay, so we're finally back. I know you guys have been waiting a very, very long time, and thank you. Thank you for waiting. I've just had a lot going on. So we're finally back here, and we've got quite an album to go over. This is Daft Punk's 2001, I want to say. Yeah, 2001 album, Discovery. And I know quite a few people who like this album, including myself back in 6th grade. Oh boy. If you asked me anything about Daft Punk, I would have known it in 6th grade. As time went on, I started to figure out what other kind of music I like. But I was Best Buy the other day, and I saw this, and I'm like, it's time to come back. So here I am. I've got, is my speaker off? Yeah. I'm always worried that thing's on. The thing holds like no battery, but hey, sounds good, so I'll take it. But this is Daft Punk's finally Discovery. I mean, obviously this isn't their most recent album, as Random Access Memories came out pretty recently. What, 2013? Around then. I kind of feel like checking out because that's gonna drive me crazy. Random Access. How many C's did I type? I typed like 3 C's. When did that come out? Yeah, May 17th, 2013. I specifically remember being so excited for the album to come out because it was going on a field trip in either 5th or 6th grade or something. I want to say 5th, maybe 4th. I don't know. I've not been keeping track of that. But yeah, probably 5th though. And I was so excited. I'm like, I'm going to wake up super early and I'm going to download the album. And I remember it was so awesome because I listened to it for the first time on the way down and on the way back because it's a super far away field trip. And I'm like, this is some good stuff. And by then, I'm pretty sure the first person to introduce me to Daft Punk was actually, oh, and hello to the one person watching. Hello, how you doing? Hope you're doing all right. So anyway, I remember the first time I heard them was back in, I want to say 3rd grade. And I remember I was sitting on the bus with my friend, and he said, hey, do you want to listen to some music? And I'm like, oh yeah, sure. And he pulls out like this tiny looking, like about the size of like a flash drive MP3 player by like some brand I've never heard of. It was like Sansa or something, which then went on to make like the super cool shake thing. It's like the iPod Shuffle, but you'd shake it to change songs. It's so cool. But anyway, that has nothing to do with this. And he put on a song by none other than Daft Punk, and it was the remix of the song Harder, Better, Faster, Stronger, and I'm like, this is some good stuff. This is some really good stuff. And by then, I went through a really long electronic phase in elementary school. And then I kind of went out of it for a while, but then I started to realize the merits of it as a genre, and I'm like, I need to get back into this because it has a surprising amount of a merit to it. It's really something, and this album is no different. So without further ado, let's get right into Daft Punk's Discovery. So Daft Punk, they're 2 French dudes, at least we think, because no one really knows anything about them other than the fact that, well, these are the kinds of pictures we get of them. And they wear these awesome looking helmets. I'm sure you've seen it on the Grammys or something because they've been winning a lot of awards and being with I think they were with The Weeknd once when he performed for I think the Grammys. I think he was on the Grammys once with them. They had a cameo in Tron Legacy, which I love the soundtrack to that because it's made by Daft Punk, and I was all in for that. Now, if you've listened to if you've listened to a Random Access Memories, then you're gonna know. Daft Punk comes from the French electropop scene. Is the most elaborate way to say they're French and they make electronic music. That's just a fancy way of saying that. And what they did. Yes. Okay. Oh my gosh, there's gonna be more. Okay, so I don't know if you've watched many episodes of this recently, but there was a bacon delivery service, and I specifically had some bacon brought to me, and there's bacon now being made, and this is very exciting for me. But that again, nothing to do with this. So anyway, Daft Punk's Discovery. Okay, if you've listened to Random Access Memories, you're gonna know that they come from this very vast kind of umbrella that is just electronic, which is obvious if you've not been living under a rock for a while. But Random Access Memories is a good example of what they used to do. A good example of what they used to do is Discovery. Well, homework technically, but let's focus on Discovery for now, shall we? Because that's one I have. So let's talk about the boxing, the actual packaging here. It's a gatefold, has the name on the side here. It's not like I really put anything on the side. I have like a filing box for all my records over there. I'm sure I've shown it before. You have the gatefold. It just has a little picture, and I did not expect this to be a double LP, but that's I'm cool with that. I'm here for it. So if you open it up, it looks plain black, right? Ooh, no, it says it's got the album cover, but like not in rainbow colored awesomeness. So it's got two records, obviously, which came in anti-static sleeves. I took them out of those because I collect those and use them for my more valuable albums, like the ones that are like out of print now and stuff, and stuff like that. So, I mean, this is always going to be in print, I feel like. I mean, it's just that kind of album. But it comes with that side, and it also comes with a side that has a lyric sheet on one side, and a cool looking picture of the boys on this side. And I really like this picture for some reason. I don't know. I find it interesting. It's very interesting. So I'm going to keep that there, so I'll have the songs in front of me. But anyway, my one gripe about this album, like the packaging, is that on the inside, it's like this matte sort of feel to it. Like, you can't get any fingerprints on that. But on the outside, it's kind of hard to see, but there's so many fingerprints on there already for me, because my hands are super oily, and I need to fix that before I touch my albums. But anyway, what matters is the music here, and that's what we're going to talk about. Let me go on to say that, oh my gosh, this album sounds absolutely gorgeous on vinyl. I've listened to most of it on MP3s, my different electronics, but on analog, it's good. It's very good. It's extremely good. I don't know who pressed this, but oh my gosh, where is this pressing from? I've never heard of Zamba music, but apparently everywhere but France is where they do that one. In France, it's, I kid you not, the pressing company is called Daft Music. These guys so much. But anyway, we're here to talk about the music, so that's what we're going to start with. So, few of these songs are extremely, extremely recognizable, and that starts right off with the song One More Time, featuring, well, it doesn't technically feature because it's produced with him, but a Romanthony. I'm so sorry if I pronounce that wrong. I'm probably going to pronounce half these things wrong, because I do not speak Latin at this one point. At one point in this, it like has something in Latin. I'm probably gonna pronounce it horribly wrong, but let's not focus on that. But the vocals for this song, just as soon as you hear it, it is one of those songs that it immediately takes you back. Like, did I hear this at like a school dance or something? Because you probably did. And it's got like this nice little upbeat sort of like full disclosure, I turned this song, actually no, this was the second song I turned on. I was cleaning up my room, just getting some stuff ready, because as soon as I came in with this album, I'm like, I'm putting it on. I'm putting it on and I'm leaving it on. But I had to put on, well, another song first, which I will get to. But when I actually went back to listen to the whole thing, I put on this song and I immediately was just taken back. And yes, music is really easy to do that with because it's music. It evokes emotions. But this song, I don't know. I guess just because of like the emotional sort of connection it has with me, I don't know, man. It's just some really good stuff. It really, it's something. It is something that they will probably play in every single club for the next few decades, at least. Just because it is the one song that encompasses their early work and, until they get to Random Access Memories. Pretty much everything in that, it just encompasses that feeling. That's pretty much the best way to put it. Since they come from so many backgrounds, they come from the background of a little bit of disco, a little bit of rock later on, very, very early hip-hop, apparently, I heard one time. I mean, I can see it. A little bit of, actually, once you get to Night Vision, it's kind of R&B-ish, and I kind of like that. But anyway, that's One More Time for you. Now, Aerodynamic, this is another one of those songs that, this one's an instrumental, though, and it's very good. It's very good, and a lot of these songs you're going to hear and you'll be like, oh, it's the same thing over and over again, right? Well, no. Take Aphex Twin, for example. Aphex Twin, great electronic artist. He likes to put a lot of things together after each other again and again and again, and just like copy and paste until he puts different things over it. So it's like the same sort of backing. It has like the same theme, like the same sort of thing going all throughout, like the same motif, if you will. And it just keeps going through that. But it adds on different things, and you notice those things to the point that the copy and pasted part is accepted. You know? It's just at that point where it's like, oh, I'm cool with this. And actually cuts out for a second at one point, has this, I don't know if I want to call it a guitar, but it sounds like this really, really neat guitar solo or something solo, like synthesizer though specifically made to sound like a guitar. And the amount of experimentation just all throughout this is just, it is mind-boggling. That's the closest I'm going to get in human words to say it. So, the very next song, one of my favorite... I can't speak. I can't. I don't know, man. It's weird. What the heck is that? Anyway. The very first song that I turned on, purely because the vocals are my very favorite part of any Daft Punk song. Usually it's the vocals makes me think of a song. So like if you play the vocals from, say, Face to Face, I'm gonna think Todd Edwards. If you play it from Too Long, I'll be like Romanthony. But this is one of the three songs on here that has vocals, and I kid you not, I quote this from the packaging, from the lyric sheet. Vocals performed by Daft Punk. And let me tell you, boy, can they do some vocals. But I love the song Digital Love. It's really good. It's like 5-ish minutes long. And I don't know how, but the first time I listened to it, and I heard like the first part with the vocals, and it kind of sounded like synthesized, and kind of made me think of like a more heavily gated Marvin from Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, which, great movie, by the way. Better book. Great movie. I immediately thought of him, and I don't know why, but that just made me love the song even more, because I'm like, I mean, if any robot had a love story, that's pretty much what the song would be. And, I mean, well, it does talk about dreams, and robots can't have dreams, but whoever says that, you're wrong. Blade Runner exists. I mean, anyway. Digital Love is a very good song, and even after it's done with the after it's done with the lyrics, it keeps going on with the same sort of backing part, and it sounds really good because, again, they modify it and they make it sound different. But that's really the whole spirit of electronic music, to take something and repeat it, and then modify it, repeat it again, put different things over it, and to mess with things until your expectations are completely changed whenever you listen to any sort of other music. And, well, moving on to the next song, which is Harder, Better, Faster, Stronger, the second song with Daft Punk doing vocals. I like this song. It got mildly ruined for me with the whole Kanye deal. I don't know. When I heard it come out, I'm like, okay, I'm going to try to listen to it. And I did. And all I did was slow it down and apply it to his normal Kanye West sentiment. I'm going to let you take that as it is. But by itself, this is a good song. And again, it's kind of repetitive, but when I hear this song specifically, because almost every song on this album makes me think of something, and it takes a really good album to do that. Oh, and I just now noticed like all the song titles are like in rainbow order. I don't know, it's kind of neat. But this song by itself, minus Kanye, of course, is at its core just a good dance song. Like it's good to dance to, and that applies to a lot of songs on here, even some more repetitive ones. But a lot of these are really good and have really good lyrics. Harder, Better, Faster, Stronger may not have anything in the lyrics department necessarily, but if it makes me think of one thing, it makes me think of the music videos that they put out for this. I remember they put music videos with all the songs on here. Well, almost all of them. A lot of the ones with the lyrics. And put it to some sort of animation or something, and created like this unified story based around these animated, like, shorts, I guess you could say, almost. And put it all together with their music, and it just sounded really, really neat in theory, and in practice it was good too. I mean, in practice it was an amazing thing at the time. Even in 2001 it was really neat. But moving on to, oh dear God, Crescendals. Is that how you pronounce it? I don't know. But anyway, this is the second instrumental. Sorry, this is the second instrumental on the album, and this is the most repetitive one. I take that back. I take that back. I looked down two more. Never mind. But Crescendos by itself, I don't think I could listen to it. I mean, I've tried, trust me. But in all honesty, this song, it feels like fodder for putting it in remixes. Ahem, Alive 2007 tour where they did a remix of it with another song. I don't remember what the other song was, but it was not on Discovery. But by itself, again, couldn't listen to it. But separately, maybe with another song, yeah, I'm here for that. Okay, so the next song, Night Vision, which is another instrumental. This song is, well, have you ever listened to like an instrumental piece and thought, lyrics should be in here? Yeah, this is a good example of that. It's a very short piece, very, very short, at least in my opinion. And it leaves you wanting, like, some sort of, like, 70s, like, R&B singer to come in and be like, hey guys, what's up? I'm here. I'm gonna do some singing, but no, it never happens. But I feel like this one leaves a lot up to the person who's actually listening to it, and I like that. I like when I'm able to like interact with something. It's just fun. It's fun. The next song, Superheroes, cross it off your list. Do not listen to it. It is extremely hard to listen to, especially after hearing the first few lines of, well, I mean, it's an instrumental, but I say lines, like the first few bits. I forgot to pluralize that, but like the first few parts of it, you listen to it and you're like, ooh, this neat, got some snare in it, some neat snare in it, I like snare, and then you start getting into it and you're like, how many times is he gonna say that? And that as in like the same sentence. Not even a sentence. The same 4 words, which is, and correct me if I'm wrong, but he says the same 4 words over and over again, which are look, into, V, and air. And obviously, this is a reference, well, hey, the song's called Superheroes, so look, we're clever, and named it Superheroes after the fact that, well, you know, they usually fly. And part of me says that they're trying to parody themselves, because very early Daft Punk, like Homework era Daft Punk, was super like clever and like in on things, like inside jokes almost, that like you had to listen and be part of the community and really got you into the music. But this, I hate saying this because again, it's Daft Punk and I love them. It's a failed attempt at it. But that is made up for starting on the C side, which is the third side of 4, with the mostly instrumental side that I like. Mostly, there's, well, I mean, it has the same amount as B, but whatever. The C side is possibly my favorite, other than, well, A, because that has everything I like on it. It starts off with High Life, which for some reason makes me think of the theme of Dark Side of the Moon. If you just think about like the theme of it, sort of, it's like, well, quite literally, there's a song called Us and Them, and it's an album about consumerism. And High Life, for some reason, makes me think of that. Like, it's got these popping synths here and there, you know? It just sounds like something like plays in the background of a casino, sort of. And I feel like that's the feel that they were going for with this, like the kind of vibe that they were going for. And I love when something clicks in my mind. I'm like, oh, I get it. And I feel like this entire album is something that like clicks. I'm like, oh, I get it, and it's really fun just to go through and be like, what are some other things that I can understand about this to understand the album and the music more than I already am. And well, as I said, the superheroes is kind of a parody of itself. High Life is Daft Punk, honest to God, trying to make something click in the listener. And boy, does it work. Ooh, I don't know how I can get into the next one just as is, because, ooh boy, let me tell you, the next one is a little song called Something About Us. This is it has almost the same lyrical complexity as, or does it have the same lyrical complexity as? The very last song, no. I feel like everyone's gonna have their own like opinion on how lyrically complex it is. So I'll just leave it at this. I think it's lyrically, I can't pronounce words. Complex for its genre. And Something About Us is this okay. So it goes in. You're like, okay, I'm listening, I'm interested. And it starts with like this sort of pseudo bass line thing. Like it's got a bass line, but it's like really poppy and synthy, just kind of like what we're used to in High Life and some of the other songs compared to it. And it is one of those like slow songs you hear like the end of a movie in the 80s or something. And I don't mean that in a bad way. I mean that in a good way. Well, I mean, come to think of it, I'm wearing a shirt about 80s stuff, but whatever. This song is the complete contrast to Digital Love, and having something that is a contrast in one album itself. Like I'm not talking like when Childish Gambino went from say Because of the Internet to Awaken My Love, and I was like, whoa, what a jump. And it's a good jump, but it's a huge contrast through different albums. When an album has contrast in itself, then it's just fun to listen to. And Something About Us, I mean, it may not be a fun song to listen to, but just in comparison, it just makes this album more interesting to listen to. And I appreciate that. Moving on next to Voyager. As the title suggests, this is a song where you put it on and you listen to it and you're like, what the heck is going on? I don't know what's going on, but I like it and I'm interested, and it keeps you. This album is a minus a song or two. It's good at hooking you in at the beginning of a song and keeping you there and wanting to listen to the rest. Just like a good book, has a good beginning, has a middle that leaves you like, yeah, I expected this going in. I like the fact that they're able to hold to my standards. And then you get to the end and you want more. Voyager is a great example of that, including Verdus Quo. That's the Latin one I was scared of. At least I think it's Latin. It sounds Latin because quo. I've heard quo before. Is that? I kind of want to look up what that means, though. Go Google Translate, hook me up. Here we go. Oh, maybe not. A Veridus Quo. Greenware. But apparently it's wordplay on the Latin phrase meaning "where are you going?" Which Voyager, where are you going? Kind of worlds hand in hand. And after just now looking that up, it makes me realize, well, a lot of this is really interconnected. And when something's interconnected, say, The Wall, Dark Side of the Moon, pretty much almost any Pink Floyd album, come to think of it. Actually, Black Star by David Bowie, that's a good example. There we go. That's a more modern example for you. That doesn't involve Pink Floyd for once. When something is connected, and you can find out how it's connected easily, and then look into it deeper, then, well, yeah, I mean, if you can see it on the surface, that's really neat. You can see that, but then at the same time, it's like, you can see it past the surface. Then there's two different levels of understanding, and like any good art, there should be multiple levels of understanding. And ooh boy, is Daft Punk good at that. I'm probably reading into this too much. But that is okay. I like reading into things too much. It's fun. Okay, so sadly we're on to the D side, which means there are only 3 songs left. I'm sorry. But Short Circuit, the last instrumental. Well, I don't want to say it sounds like something short-circuiting because I kind of like this song. But you know how I was saying, like, synth popping noises? This time imagine that it's popping so hard that it's almost breaking. Like, literally, like, breaking the keyboard. There you go. You got Short Circuit there. It's like this. It's got like kind of noises in it, but it's also got like these whack noises. That's a really bad description. I am so sorry, but that is the best way I can describe it without you listening to it, because it's complex to the point of the fact that I cannot describe it. And as someone who reviews things to tell other people what they think about something, it's frustrating, but after hearing it, you'll think, oh, well, yeah, there isn't a good way to describe this. At least I hope you think that too, because that would be humiliating for me. Moving on to Face to Face, the second to last song, and ooh boy, let me tell you, I didn't understand the hype over Todd Edwards being on the new album, Random Access Memories. I was like, why is everyone freaking out about Todd Edwards? Who's he? But I listened to the song here. Todd Edwards. I can find this. Yeah. There are multiple Todd Edwards, apparently. There's the Todd Edwards we're looking for. Okay, there we go, found it. I found one that was like a completely different Todd Edwards, but the Todd Edwards that we're talking about here is a guy who does a lot of stuff with music, like absolutely boundless when it comes to music. He does vocals for this, and he also does vocals for Fragments in Time on Random Access Memories. If you've listened to that, it's very good. That's like my favorite song on the album. But Face to Face is, well, Todd Edwards definitely has his own style, and it's very good, and I like it, and it's a good thing. Thumbs up. But all jokes aside and stuff, Face to Face is, if you were to categorize this with the rest of the album, it would probably go under the same umbrella as Digital Love, Something About Us, and Too Long. Pretty much everything with vocals except for One More Time and Harder, Better, Faster, Stronger. Purely because, again, These are like actual lyrics that aren't just words to add to the music. These are words, like actual, okay, very bad description. But you know what I mean. As in, it's not like part of the music, as in, like, it adds to the melody, it adds to the beat, it adds to the backing snare or something. But this actually is its own entity. Like, right, you know what I mean? But only a few songs on this album have that, and when it does have that, it's done so well. And it's the same thing with Too Long, the very last song on the album, which brings back our boy Romanthony from back all the way from One More Time. Quite literally, he's back one more time. I'm funny. And again, this is something I hate to say, but this album, it's very good, but this last song is quite literally too long. It's 10 minutes. It's literally 10 minutes. And I don't mind when a song is really long, but it has to fill up that time with something I like. Something that I can listen to and be like, oh my gosh, this is closing off the album super good. Like how Contact did for Random Access Memories, or how Black Star started off, well, the album Black Star by David Bowie. But this, it's on the verge of overstaying its welcome. And I don't like saying that about music that I like, but looking at it critically is how I'm going to get my voice across. And I need to do that. So, final verdict on Too Long is that it's good in the beginning, but it's a little too much. I don't mind when a song is quote unquote indulgent, but this is a little much. Take a listen to the latter half about 3 minutes before it ends, and you'll see what I mean compared to the beginning specifically. But if it was a little shorter, it would have really rounded out the album in possibly one of the best ways it could have. But hey, there you go. I'm finally back, aren't I? This has been Daft Punk's Discovery. And just as a mild spoiler of what may be soon, I can't show you my computer, can I? Can I? I kind of want to. Can I do that? I think I can. Is that possible? We're gonna add a scene. Scene 3. I'm still here, I promise. There you go. Can you guys hear me? I think you can. Alright, so if you'll look here, this is what I'm planning on getting. This bad boy right here. So that's very exciting, isn't it? Anyway, I'm finally back. Hopefully you guys heard that. I'm not sure if you could hear it, but I think you could hear me because it said you were able to. So I'm excited for that. I'm gonna have to save up quite a bit of money for it because it was originally $18.99, but I found a box set of it that has a lot of cool stuff in it, and I really like the album, so may as well. So anyway, it's been fun, everyone. This has been Daft Punk's album Discovery. I'm so glad you could join me. Hopefully you're gonna watch this later if you didn't get to catch it live, and go take a listen to some Daft Punk tonight. Maybe start with Random Access Memories or something. Don't start with Homework. You gotta like ease yourself into that one. Trust me. So anyway, thank you everyone for watching. It's been so much fun, and I hope to catch you guys again sometime when probably like mid-April. in like early to mid-April with that box set. So I'll see you guys later. Stay safe, stay hydrated, sleep well, do all of those things, and I'll see you soon. So, goodbye, everyone.